we're going to be going over tonight. We might be here till 4 in the morning. It's just really bad how we lost this game, and it's going to be tough to rebound on this one, especially after we have to go to Houston and play early in the morning. I hope there's some good leadership on this team because they got to bounce back for this one. They got to bounce back quick.
Yeah, man. First I'll say, speaking on that as a leader, I'll just tell the guys, man, we was right there with a top team, man. We can win this game. There's some mistakes that we made that we have to fix if we want to be a better team. There's some blocking assignments that we have to be better at on that end. Decisions by the quarterback. Maybe not 45 attempted passes. Maybe not 45. I think if we would have stayed under that 30. And I know BYU tough, people. I know they're physical, but I think you run at them a little bit. Yeah. I think you run at them a little bit more.
We were running at them. We did.
When we did, we were successful.
We were running good, yeah. If we just keep going.
And I'll be honest, I know that mostly they were in pass defense because we were throwing so much. So when we did get a chance to run, there were big chunks there. But I just feel, and it's not because I'm a runner. People say, "Oh, it's because you're a former runner." No, it's because I'm a winner. Yeah. I want to figure out a way to win, man.
That's what they did to us.
That's what they did to us at the end of the day, man. So yeah, man, tough game, man, tough loss. But I feel like there's a lot of good things to go back and look at it that they can be proud of. But there's some small things in finishing and figuring out a way to get off the field as a defense, figuring out a way as an offense to keep the chains moving, to keep the clock moving. Sometimes you run that hurry-up offense. It does put you in situations where the defense doesn't change. But I feel like, going so fast sometimes, don't give you a chance to think about what you're doing.
And did you hear what the commentators were saying? Commentators were saying they're not moving. BYU's not moving fast enough. They were taking their time because you know why? They weren't panicking.
They wasn't panicking.
They weren't panicking.
The coach didn't panic. I swear.
He did not panic.
The coach said in this interview, the lady came up and said, how you feel about this game? He said, I feel good.
Yeah.
He said, hey, we right there. It's a tight game. It's tough, but we tough. And, we be in games like this, right? And that's the attitude that you saw him stern-faced the whole time. He never flinched. And so his group didn't flinch when they got down.
Even after all those guys that went down, he got kicked out of the game.
Yeah, no
excuses. He still did. And we just
next guy up.
We were in that game. We had that game won. We needed to understand that the guys need to understand when to put the foot on the neck. Yeah. We got to be able to finish the game. That's what we have to be able to learn. We haven't learned that on this team because they had a good opportunity to put the foot on the neck on that last drive and just say, hey, guys, big fellas, let's get 10 yards. We need 10 yards. The game's over.
But I'll say this, though, my last one, DK. I am proud of them, though. Because they could have easily folded.
Oh, yeah.
When they got down 14, it looked like,
they came
same
back.
Old story from, previous seasons
but
or
whatnot.
But
it's the finish. It's the finish.
It's definitely the finish. But I want to give them credit for getting back in that game, getting back on top. You don't want to say, what's that? You guys did okay. No, because you should have won that game. No, because you should have won that game. But, man, I give them a lot of credit for putting themselves back in position to get it done.
Well, my top takeaway, guys, is this is 2 times now. This is 2 times in 2 big home games, the 2 biggest home games of the Brent Brennan era under this new offensive coordinator, that you had a chance late in the game to put the other team away, and you didn't do it. Now, against Kansas State, it did not come back to beat you, but today it did. And I've been watching football all my life. I've been watching coaches go conservative at the end of the games with leads all my life. The 1986 AFC Championship game comes to mind.
Yeah.
I guess I get it. I mean, because I've been watching it all my life. I've been watching coaches run the football when they need a first down or maybe 2 to end the game because they're scared to make that mistake. They're scared to make that mistake and turn the ball over in that situation. And I guess that's just the way football is because that's what coaches do. And it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy when I watch teams that I love and I support prevent themselves, prevent offense, prevent yourself from winning a game. But that's twice now. That's twice now that Seth Dagey has gone conservative when he had a chance to shut down a game. He won one of those games. He lost that game tonight. 520-848-1290. Go ahead, Glenn.
And the play selection inside the 15 was just
man. I'm at this that whole Chuba did.
Yeah,
man.
That was
that whole right. That
he was already past him though.
That big back would have got through there, man.
Yeah.
That was a tough one right there. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. I don't think if it wasn't for that hole right there, man. That was a tough play. They had played a pretty clean game up to that point. I think we had what?
Yeah.
Look again, 2 or 3 penalties. I mean, it wasn't a lot of penalties in this game for us, man. So, man, that hole though, that was a devastating hole.
All right, we got jam-packed lines here. Let's get one call in before we go to break. We're going to start with Jay. You are on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Gameday, the post-game show after a 33-27 double overtime loss for Arizona to BYU.
Hey guys, yeah, I can't agree more with what you guys are saying, man. It's just unbelievable. Go super duper conservative. We're up by a touchdown with 4 minutes to go, and we run it through the middle of the line, absolutely as conservative as can be. Not go get first downs, not win the game. And it's just, Seth Davis is just, what's wrong with you, dude? I mean, this is football from 20 years ago where you go super duper conservative and then you give the ball back. It's
no, Jay, this is
ridiculous.
football. This is football all my life, and I turned 58 last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm 64, man.
It just.
I actually walked on for Larry Smith for about 2 weeks until I realized I was going to be nothing but a tackling dummy. But, you know,
I'm smarter than that.
My wife thought I was getting sick when I was watching that. I watched the last half of that game at the house, and it was just like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I'm going to lose sleep on this tonight because we had the game won. We had beat them in every facet, and then we turn around and we go super duper conservative, and then we turn around on defense and we play prevent defense. It's like, no, blitz, get in there, get these guys. The refs didn't help us at the end either, and there was a number of calls that didn't go our way on pass interference that were obvious pass interferences in the middle of the game that never got called. But you know, that's just part of the game. But
they did help us early.
Yeah,
they did help us early. We'll keep it real.
Yeah,
they helped us early, but usually when they help you early, they don't help you late.
Yes, exactly.
It's one of them things.
That's it. And you got 4 minutes to go. Go win the game. And you know what? Okay. If in that time you turn it over, well, then those things happen. But at least you tried, and that would be okay with me.
Yeah,
but when you run it through the middle of the line twice on their own 20-yard line and then try a pass, super conservative pass that gets knocked down, and now you got a punt, it's just, oh, God.
Yeah.
That's football from 20, 30 years ago. We got to stop doing that stuff.
Only thing I'll say is this. Only thing I will say, I do understand what you're saying. I ain't gonna lie, I be hating when I hear people say that 20, 30 years ago. I'm like, we won a few games back then, but that's neither here nor there. But, my one thing is he had already thrown the ball about 40 times by that point.
Yeah.
He had already threw it 40 times. He ended up throwing it 45.
Yes.
And he and Brent were aggressive on fourth down.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they.
And I didn't agree with the 1 4th down. I didn't agree with the one.
We'll get to that.
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
Okay, we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
But yeah, they were aggressive on fourth down. But yet, when you have a chance to ice the game away, you get conservative.
Yeah. You just pull back, like, oh my God, let's pull the reins back. Oh, let's hold on and see what can happen. No, you don't do that. You go win the game.
Yeah, I'd have had more respect. I think if they'd have been aggressive and Noah had thrown an interception, I'd have been mad about it. But I'd have been at least they were trying to go get a first down.
Yeah,
in that situation,
exactly to end the game.
Exactly.
Now I will add this. I still think they was trying to get a first down. I'm sure they was trying to win.
Absolutely.
It was the play calls. Now
right.
Now, what I would say this, I don't necessarily disagree with the play calls, and in that one right there, because at the end of the day, you got to make a play, and I'm not putting this on the players. And a few times we did make a play. The running back bust through. Another time we got that hole
on the other.
Yeah, we got that hole. So you could have ran the clock right there when you ran those runs, and they really did. Now, I'm going to say that. Let me change my mind on that one. I wish we would have did that earlier. Instead of throwing some of those passes earlier, I wish we would have ran a little bit. Yeah. What I mean? And then it would have set up the pass for later, right? I think he went run there because, they started, as I told DK and I told all you guys, I said, I would play the pass versus Arizona. I don't believe you're going to beat me with the run. Right. So
no, in BYU stacked the box.
Yeah.
And they stacked the box against the run, and we ran right into it twice. It's just like, please, throw a slant.
I will say, if you break through like Resino did that one, that box was stacked.
Yeah.
When Resino, am I saying that name right? Because I
Resino.
I said Resino. Oh, I said Resino. I was close that time. Yeah. Okay, but he broke through and made a big play, right? And you give him another opportunity to do that, hoping that you do break through there and make that play. But, just tough right there, man. Just real tough. I just wish we would have tried to run the ball a little bit earlier. I think it would have opened up the pass and, opportunities a little bit better in those situations later.
I agree. And that was the most frustrating thing I've ever seen. It's like, don't play not to lose, play to win.
And another thing is,
Jay, we appreciate your call. Thank you, brother.
Inside the 20, short field, I love throwing to the tight end, but not that play. The play that they throw to the tight end is almost like a screen. He's not going to get. I don't understand how they think that play is going to be busting for, 8, 9, 10 yards in the short field.
When he threw the interception on that, was that fourth down?
Yeah. That was the one they missed because they went in regulation. They had fourth down attempts and they were 3 for 4.
That's the one that I talking about the field goal.
Right? Yeah. They
okay.
Yeah. We'll get into that coming up. It is Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, 520-848-1290. Earl, Paul, Doug, Scott, hang on. We got to get a break in here. We'll come back. We'll take your calls. Arizona falls by a score of 33-27 in double overtime to the BYU, the number 18 BYU Cougars. Much more straight ahead. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage of Arizona football is just getting started. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by Advantage Air Mechanical, Cactus Auto Company, Casino del Sol, Done Right Services, Drain Masters, First Chiropractic, Idaho Central Credit Union, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Royal GMC, Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, The Window Depot, Acclaim Drain and Plumbing Solutions, Bear Down Roofing, Dorado Rock, Essential Pest Control, Goodfellas AC, Hughes Federal Credit Union, Johnson Manley Company, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. There's a rumor summer might finally be over. And with cooler temperatures on the way, it's a good time to stop by any of the 14 area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. If it's time for tires, the long-lasting Michelin Defender 2 is your Arizona-proof choice. Check out jackfurriers.com for savings on Michelin and all your favorite brands. More savings and no hidden extras. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Up your game in a new Buick or GMC from Royal Buick GMC. At Royal, we always deliver a quality vehicle at a great price. Score a great deal with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff and our transparent online pricing. Plus, Royal offers a 72-hour buyback guarantee. Score big at Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. See dealer for details. Royal Buick GMC in the Tucson Auto Mall or royaltucson.com.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Do you trust those in charge of your financial future? Trust is founded on 3 core principles: competence, honesty, and benevolence. Those making decisions about your financial future should always place your best interest ahead of their own. I'm Natalie Fernandez-Lee, and at Meridian Wealth Management, fostering trusted relationships with our clients is our top priority. Call us at 719-1433 or visit meridianwealthllc.com to learn more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Advantage Air Mechanical, the team you can trust. Call 792-9400.
When it comes to the comfort and indoor air quality of your home and office, Advantage Air Mechanical has you covered. Breathing healthy air and having reliable air conditioning is important. If you or someone you know is in need of air conditioning services or a new system installation, we're here to help. Advantage Air Mechanical, 792-9400. AZROC 214570.
Back your hometown favorite. Get your very own exclusive University of Arizona debit card from Hughes Federal Credit Union. Pair your new card with a free checking account that earns dividends with no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and convenient 24/7 online and mobile banking. Visit one of our 7 convenient branch locations to get your card instantly, or open an account online at hughesfcu.org/wildcats. Show your Wildcat spirit all year long with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Hey you! We've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here. You're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low pricing is your priority.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard, the driveway needs filling in, or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Hi, I'm Jordan Benjamin with Done Right Services. When your home or business needs HVAC, plumbing services, or electrical work, choose a genuine local Tucson company, Done Right Services. With decades of trusted experience and upfront pricing, Done Right Services treats every customer like a valued neighbor. From upgrades to urgent repairs, our licensed professionals deliver quality, care, and craftsmanship you can count on, getting it done right. Call Done Right Services today at 520-369-3966 because you deserve it done right.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your host, David Kelly, the tight end, Glenn Howell, and the captain, Calvin Ifon.
Noah will take the snap, back to throw, looking middle, sliding left. Here comes pressure, flushed out of the pocket, throws it up for grabs in the end zone, intercepted by BYU. They'll take over now at their own 5. Well, it was probably going to be BYU football either way.
Yeah.
And it will go as an interception.
It's a bummer, though. Not get points out of
Moving
that.
on the field is an interception. First down, BYU. Timeout on the field.
Olsen fell down when the ball was in the air. He may have had a shot at trying to go get it, but he slipped.
All right, that was one of the many fourth down plays that the Wildcats had in this game tonight. They had 6 total, and they converted on 4 of those 6. Guys, I think that Brent Brennan is starting to become Dan Campbell. He's been going for it quite a bit on fourth down in the last 3 weeks, and he's had some pretty good success with going on third down. That was not 1 in regulation. I believe they had the 4 in regulation, 2 in the overtime periods. They were 3 for 4 on fourth down in overtime in the regulations. And but Kelvin, you did not like that decision right there to go for that particular fourth down when you could have taken 3 points there.
Yeah, I just feel like that. You're around the goal line. It's the field is it has been shrunk, and you already ran 3 plays and you didn't really get anywhere. So what's one more play? Let's kick that field goal. And I think of the long game. That's just how I see it. So I kick that field goal,
points.
right, and I take those points right there because more than anything, I don't want my players feeling like failures. So not only did you not take the field goal, you throw an interception. I wish Noah would have threw it away. Now, it was a good punt at the end of the day because of, where he caught the ball, where he ended up on like the 3-yard line. So it ended up being a punt, but it's still an interception. And we know our football is a game of momentum. They felt good about themselves when they got that interception. Okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just would have rather took that field goal. I don't care what this situation is. It's not Tommy ball or any of that stuff. I know how people would think there. I just thought that it was a long game. We still had a whole nother quarter, right?
Yeah.
So I felt like you take that 3 because you earned it. You worked your way down to field goal kickers making field goals, right? Okay, you take that 3, you stop them again, and if you get another 3, you up 9. Okay,
Yeah.
and if you get a touchdown,
then you're up. Then it's done.
So
It's
that's
done.
the way I'm seeing it. You know what I mean? I understand you're putting the perception of we're going for it.
Yeah.
We're going for the win. I get it. I get it, but I gotta have them 3 right there, man. I gotta have them 3. I just do. I feel like if we had that 3 and we did score the other points when they were behind, they would have had to press a little bit more. Being behind 10, you don't got to press yet, DK. Because if I get a field goal, I'm only down 7. If I get a touchdown, I'm only down 3. Right? But if that would have been 13, they would have needed 2 scores. I mean, was that 2 touchdowns?
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's hear from Earl. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, after a 33-27 double overtime loss for the Wildcats to BYU.
Hey, guys.
Oh, and Earl is gone. Earl, try to call back if you can. And we'll get you on. Let's hear from our guy, Doug, in Tucson. Doug, you're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show.
Hey, guys. Glad to be here with you. I definitely don't only call after losses. I hope you guys remember that about me. And let me just give a little positive first. I thought that you learn a lot about fans when there's an hour-plus rain delay, and when you've got 20,000 visiting fans in your own house. And what you learn is that the people that stick around and come back after the rain delay are really good fans. And so on a positive side, I would want to say shout out to all the U of A people that did stay. I understand it was difficult, especially if you have kids or whatever the case may be. But the people that stayed were really good, really loud, really into it on defense, knew how to be quiet on offense, all the things you want to see out of a home crowd. So thumbs up on that one. I also want to give credit to the BYU fans. I mean, I got a lot of envy there because I wish my fan base was a little bit more together when it comes to football. But we've been there with basketball. You think about all those Pac-12 road arenas where you would just hear the U of A chant, and so we know what it's like. And it was only because those Oregon State or Cal or Stanford fans weren't that vocal, didn't show big numbers, that our fans were able to be heard over them. And that's what happened tonight with BYU. I mean, give them credit. They weren't rude or anything. They were just supporting their team, and I thought that gave their team a boost. It kept the wind under their sails, or wind in their sails, I guess you'd say. So just a couple of observations on the crowd. As far as the game goes, it's so frustrating because here's another positive. All right, you start off down 14-0, and there's a lot of U of A football teams through the years that just run and hide and go away, and that's the end of that, and you lose 42-7. But to their credit, down 14-0, what do? We scored 24 straight points, right? And that's pretty awesome. So it could have been more, though. It should have been more. And Kelvin is completely right. That fourth, there's a lot of times when I agree with going for it on fourth down, especially if it's fourth and short. 4th and 4, and you just drove down the field. You've got all this momentum behind you. You've scored 17 straight points. You just take the field goal. You go up by 6. And the math is exactly right, what Kelvin said. You go up by 6 right there. Even if they score a touchdown, you another field goal, and you're ahead. So I thought that was very bad game management by whether it was Daggy or Brennan. Paul's right there. See if you guys have any reaction to any of that.
Well, definitely it's Brennan because he's the head guy that had to make that call. That's 100%. So, and that's my guy. That's my former teammate's brother. But at the end of the day, that real is real. As a head coach, that's your call to say go for it or not at that point.
Yeah. And it's really easy to focus on one bad coaching decision. That's unfair because he made a lot of good coaching decisions throughout the game. I want to be fair about that.
For sure.
We wouldn't have come back from 14-0 if we weren't doing some things right. And I totally agree that we should have stuck with a running game. But I do want to give another shout out to Hudson because I thought he had a spectacular game, especially in the first half. He was a great target, and I'm guessing BYU just must have focused on him or something because he didn't really get the same looks in the second half. And I also agree on the tight end, with Glenn, let's use those tight ends, but let's put them in a position where they're catching it ahead of the sticks, and not trying to catch it and then run for it in a crucial down. Have them little crossing route right over the middle or something like that, where he just catches it in stride and he picks up 9 yards.
Putting them in a small box like that is not good for those big guys. I mean, and then I understand he's big, but he's not that big. He's going to crush somebody. Olsen's not that big. He's not 6'5", 6'6", 265, or can run over somebody and get that extra yards. He's not that big.
Right. And our tight end group, to be reasonable, our tight end group is really banged up. We lost Burnett forever, and I'm forgetting the other guy that we lost. But was it Canmore? Barmore?
Barmore played today.
No,
Barmore played. Tyler Powell, we lost, and obviously Kean is out as well.
Yeah. And then the conservative, the conservative play calling down there at the end where, you got a 10-point lead. We hold them to a field goal, which is pretty great. So now we get the ball back. We're up 7 with 2:55 left or whatever it was. First play we run right into the pile. Second play we run right into the pile. Okay. And Kelvin, you and I butted heads on this one a few weeks ago, and you're going to say I think you had a nickname for it. I forget what it was. Hey, we're still, even if it doesn't pick up a lot of yards, it's still sending a message that we're not afraid of you. We're going to run it hard. But I don't know. I just still feel like I'm not looking for us to throw it. I'm not looking for us to bomb 40 yards there, but I just think bounce it outside a little bit.
You don't run into the pile in that situation, I don't think, twice.
Yeah. I totally want to take time off the clock, but I don't think you run it into the pile twice. And because you set yourself up for 3rd and 8, and now what are you doing? You know.
Right. And I was looking at that play again where we went for it on 4th down, and I think this played into some of that play calling at the end right there, was that whenever they knew we were in a passing situation, they dropped 7. They dropped 7 into coverage and only rushed us with 4. So I feel
so don't
like
put yourself in a passing situation.
No. Well, yeah, we were. Let me tell you why I say that.
I know that. Go ahead.
We're a passing offense. We're a 4-receiver, 1-back offense. So that's a passing offense, right? So I'm thinking that the offensive coordinator, the only reason why you do that is you're thinking that we already passed the ball 40 times, and they're expecting us to put the ball into Noah Fafita's hands to beat us at that point. So let's try to give it off to those backs who broke a couple in those situations, because we can't forget that. He broke.
No, we did. Yeah, Reese Snow had that touchdown.
Yeah. And the only way you get to do that is if a coach gives you a chance to run into the pile. He ran right down the middle and got that touchdown.
Yeah, but I think he was a little bit off to one of the gaps. I don't think he was straight up the middle.
Yeah, it was a little off to the right.
I call that straight up the middle from a former running back. Hello?
Okay.
From a former running back. In between the tackles is up the middle for us.
Yeah. Up the middle still. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm just saying, you want to give yourself 3rd and manageable. That's my point. You don't want to be, because then you are in an obvious passing situation, and it's really easy for them to just drop into coverage. So I would just like to see us do a little bit something in the biggest series of the game to shorten that 3rd down up a little bit. But who am I? I don't know. I'm not a coach. But anyway, one question for you guys is, what is the deal with us trying to cover mobile quarterbacks? Because we struggled like crazy last year against Kansas State on the road. That guy just chewed us up with his feet. And then here in the second half tonight, this guy did the same thing, and we just could not find him before he picked up 7, 8, 9 yards. So what do we need to do?
I don't think this guy was a mobile quarterback. I think he was just coming straight at us. He's just coming right at us.
He's a fullback that can pass. He's a fullback. He's a scatterbo that can pass.
He was not a mobile guy that was running around. I mean, he just was running plays. He's just running. He's running straight quarterback draw.
Give it to him, man.
Right, but what's the answer? So, I mean, you got to be able to stop that. Every time we needed a big stop, he was picking it up with his legs.
The answer is that when we had a couple of
pitch and then kept it.
Yeah, we had a couple opportunities one-on-one to really lay him out, and we just didn't do it.
Is it a talent issue or a scheme issue? I always ask that.
No, I would think it's a scheme issue because we didn't have enough guys rally to the ball. And a lot of times, if you look at it, they weren't really blowing us off the line. We were just like scheming out of the way, and they were running a basic zone play, and the guy would just cut back. He would just cut to the to the hole. And then our guys would just be going, we were scheming because we do a lot of movement on up front, because especially when we're standing up.
We got the 5 DBs.
Yeah, we got the 5
DBs.
Right. But we got guys standing up, and then they run into the line. It's kind of hard when you're standing up.
And the reason why I asked about the 5 DBs is because that's a personnel problem where you can't really get big enough to where you put the guys in the box that can stop those type of guys. They had a 200. If you go and look at who I said my pest of the game was going to be, he had 160 yards, and that's the 225-pound running back. And I always, when you have big running back, big quarterback that runs the ball, real physical guys, our guys are not really built for that type. We're more speed defense. Everybody get hats on the ball. And I just think physical guys like that, physical runners, period. We're even back to Scatterboo.
Yep.
You have problems with guys like that because you either have to add guys to the box, which makes you vulnerable to the big pass. And that's why also what happened is they made that big pass at the beginning of the game from the guy who said he was going to do it in the game.
Yeah.
He said he was going to take the top off number 11. Oh, that punt return he did, that 26-yard punt return from the special teams. I'm all over the place right here, but
Parker
man,
Kingston, yeah,
it was some plays made, man, with that touchdown that he made on that big pass play. That made us say we got to keep the guys back with the prevent, kind of keep our DBs back instead of trying to add more guys to the box to stop the run. So you kind of stay back a little bit because if you get up there deep, they can hit you over the top again. So yeah, BYU just got us off balance a little bit.
Doug, last point. We got a bunch of people to get to.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. No, I just wish that we weren't so easy to block up front like that. That's just my feeling on it. But no, I'll let someone else jump in. I want to just remind people that, hey, we're 4-2. We only had 4 wins all last year, so this was a tough matchup. Good team. Should have won it, I think, but lots to still look forward to. We've got a lot of winnable games up ahead.
There we go. Doug, appreciate it immensely. 520-848-1290, the number to get in on the program. Let's hear from Scott. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Gameday, the postgame show.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good, Scott.
Hey, it's a good football game. It was weather, the rain, and the delay, but it looked like that ended up helping us a little bit, actually. We came out with a different mindset after the rain delay. But, hey, let's go back, and I'm going to call a spade a spade. You can't win the football game in the first half, but you can lose it. And those 3 points that we didn't put on the board, went for it 4th down. You're going for 4 extra points anyway. That's not really a trade-off you should make. Take the 3, get on the board, because you could have used those 3 at the end of the football game. So that was a big issue I saw. Another thing, the last caller there, one of the things that I see kind of removed from a little bit of this is we spent probably 30% of the game tonight on defense with 2 defensive linemen in the game. And then we were moving DBs up or linebackers up or something of that nature. And those guys, they're not that hard to move. So you've got a little flow going in the backfield, 1 foot in, plant, cut, go, or you get schemed where you get a couple of those guys stretched out of the box a little bit.
Yeah.
And now you still got your 2 linemen in there, and the quarterback, you've got nobody to take him. You've got a 5-on-3 situation. And then the last thing, I know we fussed, or there's a lot of fussing about the conservative play call at the end. You got to run the ball. And don't blame the play calling on running the ball. Get a running game, right?
Yeah.
Learn how to run the ball. Learn how to trap. Do a couple of traps in there.
Bring the fullback in the game.
Exactly. Get numbers to your advantage.
Yeah.
Somewhere, because they would have given them to you. But even at the end of that series, special team coverage was awful on that punt.
Yeah.
Man.
They kicked it right, and everybody went right instead of staying like spread out. They all just gravitated to the right. You got to stay in your lane.
I think you get too used to the kicking, the guys fair catching. And you're thinking that it's going to be, and all coaches always teach you, always go full steam, always go full go. You never know, especially at that point in the game.
Yeah.
Especially at that point in the game, you had to get down there because a big play in the special teams game, get those guys closer to the end zone. You had, man.
And you're supposed to keep the ball on your inside shoulder. You're supposed to keep the ball on the inside shoulder.
I have to call my guy out because I always give him love. My guy, Genesis Smith, missed bad on that one.
Yeah.
He did not break down the fundamentals of tackling. I had to tell some of my 12U Falcon kids, I said, we can't watch Genesis on that one right there. That's my guy. He plays well. But he was the first guy down. He did get the speed. And his teammates should have been there to be the next, because he shot the bullet. And the next guy should have been right there to hit him.
Yeah.
But if he would have broke down, that would have been an easy tackle for Genesis Smith. He also had one on that deep ball. I felt like he didn't play that deep ball.
Yeah, that was
over
him.
there. It just seemed like he didn't get there. My son was like, man, I know Genesis is faster than that. And, and it just seemed like that kid, number 11, man, he hit that sideline, and it just seemed like that ball was in the air for a while. I feel like we could have got over there, but 2 plays right there.
On that punt, you could have flipped the field, right?
Yep.
But you ended up giving them the ball back on your side of the 50. And they go down and score, which is really the impetus to putting this game towards overtime there. Hey, the kids play hard. They play great. There's just a couple of things that I think will continue to come with time. And look, this is a new conference, right? We're still only year 2 into the Big 12. And some things are done a little bit different, and it's going to take a little bit of time to migrate that defense a little bit more to a Big 12 type read style offense and not just pass happy of the Pac-12 like we've been years past. So still a little bit of a learning curve. Last thing, I just thought Noah misread some of his read options tonight. And maybe they were give calls, but he sure did have the outside that end bit hard and quick. I really thought there were some things to get there, but
so a couple times,
guys.
You felt like he could have kept it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That end was crashing hard.
Yeah, 16. It was 16.
But think about it though. You seen them shots side his head. You seen, BYU boys play on the edge, and I think on that line and sometimes right across it, right. And I think he was thinking about that a few times because they were coming. Yeah. They when they got to him, they're doing exactly what I would do. I would really try to punish him if I played because he's a small guy and try to discourage him for some of those breakout runs because every time he would, I would try to make sure the guys really try to lay the wood on him for sure.
Yeah, but there's a reason why we call it the read, right?
Yeah.
We got to read it.
Sometimes we don't read it, though. Hey, but I'll just say this one more thing, too, because I can tell football. Sometimes when you have that quarterback like that, and that's, your team, I don't even know who the backup is. I've got to do a little more research. But with that being said, you try to keep him out of harm's way a little bit. He was running early in the year a little bit more than to my liking because I was like, but in winning football in this day and age, you kind of need that. But I think they protect him. I think they protect him because I don't know where we're going to go if something happened.
Yeah, no, fair enough. You may be exactly correct with that, and I don't want to speak out of turn. So,
Woody, appreciate your call. Thank you so much.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
Thanks. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. I'm sorry, that was that Woody is on hold still, as well as Howie. Guys, hold on. We will get to you. That was Scott, actually. Scott, appreciate your call there. Let's get a break in here. We'll come back. We'll have much more straight ahead. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. After a 33-27 loss by your Wildcats to the BYU Cougars, now headed back out on the road for a game at Houston. The Houston Cougars won today, so they're going to be amped up, ready to take on the Wildcats early next Saturday. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
What you're driving right now may be worth more than you think, and O'Reilly Chevrolet wants to buy it. No matter the make or model, we'll pay top dollar today or trade up to a top-quality pre-owned vehicle from our huge selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs. We're on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or visit O'Reilly.com. It's pretty easy. We'll simply pay you more for what you're driving than anybody else. O'Reilly Used Cars, giving you more since 1924.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of five-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lowell and Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066.
Day in and day out, we're inundated with commercials asking to review your portfolio or telling you to get a second opinion. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and I want to share the advice I give people every day. Talk to 3 different advisors at 3 different firms. It's important to understand their differences and find someone you can trust. I want Meridian to be one of your 3, and then you will decide who is best for you. To learn more, call us at 719-1433 today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats radio broadcast. 2 powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
We are Casino del Sol. We are more than a casino. We are the moment, the energy, the escape. We are exquisite in every detail, unique in every experience, and unforgettable in every way. From thrilling games to world-class dining, electric nights to luxurious days. We are fun, bold, extraordinary, and we are entirely original. We are the place you never want to leave. We are Casino del Sol. Enterprise of the Bosco Yaqui Tribe.
Looking for quality windows without the wait? Come to the Window Depot. We carry a huge selection of Milgard windows, in stock now and ready for pickup. Need something custom? No problem. From new construction to full home replacement, we'll help you order the perfect Milgard windows built to fit your space, style, and budget. Whether you're a homeowner or contractor, the Window Depot makes it easy to get the windows you need fast. Visit thewindowdepot.com to find a location near you and see why we're your Milgard window experts.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
For over 30 years, Tucson has been putting its trust in First Chiropractic for auto and on-the-job injuries. They're locally owned and a proud sponsor of the U of A radio broadcasts. So if you've been injured, make the right choice first.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
There's never a good time for plumbing issues.
No. Honey, my parents are here.
Oh, man. Don't worry. With Drain Masters in Tucson, not only do you get local, professional, full-service plumbing with 24/7 scheduled or emergency service, you get a lifetime transferable warranty on all house water repiping. So this...
They brought my aunts and uncles, too.
...is gonna be fine. Drain Masters, we do it all. And now offering financing. Solid service, fair price, guaranteed. DrainMastersTucson.com.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your host, David Kelly, the tight end, Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifon.
All right, first and goal now at the Arizona 2. 24 seconds showing. Bachmeyer out of the shotgun will take it, rolling right. Now he's going to run it. He's in the end zone. Touchdown BYU. And now a decision for the Cougars. Would they go for 2 and try and possibly win it here? Looks like they're going to send Farron out to try and tie it up.
Yep, and that's what they would do. They would tie it up at 24-24. 24, and unfortunately, that prevented us from beating the book tonight.
Did the Cats beat the spread? It's time to find out how we bet the book and if we beat the book. Bet the Book is sponsored by Casino del Sol. Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, everybody had Arizona plus the 2.5 points in this ball game, and we all took the under, which was 47.5. So at that point, it was 24-17, 41. All you needed was the Wildcats to stop the BYU Cougars, and we would be coming out double winners. Instead, BYU scored, forced overtime, and they win by 6, so they cover the 2.5, and they overtime inflated the total to 60. So you lose on the under, so it's a double losing night for everybody. We did not beat the book on this Saturday.
Bet the Book is sponsored by Casino del Sol. Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. 520-848-1290. Let's hear from... I just lost my phone bank here. That's not good. See if I can get it back here. I don't know what happened there. Everything just kind of went away. I can see them. I can see my phone calls, but I cannot see them on my board. All right, 5-2. We'll see if we can hang on, Howie and Woody. We'll see if we can get you guys there as soon as I can figure out what happened to my phone bank there. 520-848-1290. I do want to read a text that we got. If you're watching the show on YouTube tonight, Robbie Don checks in. He says, Brent Brennan has lost the fan base. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
12,000 fans next home game. Don't know about that either. I can't remember the last time we had 12,000 people at a game. The Wildcats played scared and not to lose. I don't have faith in any of the coaching staff except for Coach Gonzalez. That's Robbie Don checking in there.
That's a little overstated. That's not.
I respect he put a name to it. It wasn't anonymous.
Yeah, exactly.
Anonymous.
But I'm getting texts that are like a novel.
But I thought when I was watching them, I thought they were fun to watch. I thought they showed fight and grit. It just was some plays in there, man, that you wish you could take back. So. Yeah, no, I don't think. I think Coach all right, man. We just came from a season last year where we only won 4 games, and now I will say, I'm looking down the rest of this schedule, and man, I'm looking for some wins. I'm looking for some wins, and it's gonna be tough because there's a lot of road games coming up, man, and a lot of these teams play well at home.
All right, 520-848-1290. I think we've got our phone situation figured out. Let's get back with Woody. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show.
Hey, thanks, guys, for taking my phone call. Obviously, a difficult evening to swallow the loss. I want to be full disclosure here. I'm not only a U of A grad, but a football alum from several years ago.
What year? What class?
DK,
Woody? What class, Woody?
Well, long time ago.
Come on, Woody, you can't be that.
Wait, longer than Glenn's 85?
Yeah.
Yes, much longer.
Okay,
all right. I'm thinking 68.
I played the same position.
Tight end. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's my question. And really, I guess it's something that I want you, DK, to ask. I'm assuming that you go to Brennan's press conferences.
I do.
And I would appreciate it if you would ask, because this is a difficult question. And a lot of people are afraid to ask the head coach this, but I think it's one that we deserve an answer for as fans. And I'll say it. I think I deserve it as a football alum. Excuse me. Excuse my voice. I've lost it from tonight's
I think we all did.
game. Yeah. Anyway, So my question is, I'd like to know what Coach Brennan's thought process was when they were down inside the 10-yard line. I can't remember whether it was 4th and 8 or 4th and 9, whatever it was, and he chose not to go to put the 3 points on, but chose to go for the touchdown, I'm assuming, because you couldn't make a first down. Now, he's entitled to his opinion, but I think as fans, we'd all like to know what his thinking through that is. Because in my years of playing, and I played a lot of football, when you get a chance and you're an unranked team and you got a chance to put points on the board with a ranked team, you do it.
Yes, sir.
Now, that's not to say we were going to make the field goal, but at least we had a better chance, in my opinion, of kicking that field goal through and putting 3 points on the board, and as opposed to going for the touchdown. Now, you never know at that point how the thing's going to end up, but as it did end up, in my opinion, we might have won the game. We very well might have won the game.
Well,
Second thing I'd like for you to ask him, if you would.
Yeah.
We're down there with 4 minutes and 8 seconds left, and we run the ball twice into the line, which I'm understanding why they're doing that. They're trying to run time off the clock. But if we do it 2 times in a row, why not do it 3 times in a row and force the coach at BYU to use that second time out?
Yep.
I agree. Because now you throw the incompletion.
The incompletion stops the clock.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you throw the incompletion, and let's be honest. There's 2 things that can happen with a pass.
Yep.
You can incomplete or intercept. There's only 1 out of 3 that you're going to be successful on. I'm not saying that he made the wrong calls. I just like to know what the coaching staff, or specifically, because I believe this is Brennan's decision, what they were thinking with those 2 calls.
Well, I have not heard his post game with the media, but we may play that a little earlier than we normally do, just to because I'm pretty sure that they probably asked him that. But let me tell you why I think he went for the 4th down play, and I told the guys this before the show. I think he did that because at that particular point, his defense was kind of in control of that game, and he knew, and I believed at that particular point, although I would have taken the points, I agree with you, I would have taken the points, but that freshman quarterback was not going to go 95 yards on you. And so, and this defense has been so opportune that I think he felt like in that moment, hey, let's see if we can get this. If we don't get it, they got to go 95 yards. We might be able to get a turnover here and get the ball right back. That's why I think he went for it. I haven't heard the post-game press conference for him to explain that, but that's my belief based on what he's said before and the way they've played these situations before. I believe that's why they went for it on 4th down.
Okay, I can agree with that. But if that's the situation, then you got to call that special teams together before they go out there to punt, and you got to say to those guys, look, this is on you guys. We got to stay in our lanes and make sure that we don't get a big run back, because that's what happened, and it put them in a great position to score that touchdown.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you got to call those guys together. Glenn?
Yep.
Kelvin, you guys have been in the same thing. You got to coaches do that all the time.
Absolutely.
And I don't know
They'll remind you what you got to do.
Yeah.
I said the same thing when we had 4 minutes left. I would have went up to the O-line and said, win the game.
Yeah.
You're winning the game for us. It ain't going to be the backs. It's going to be you guys up front. Go out and eat.
I can remember. Look, I'll give you a piece of my history. I can remember being in a game that at the time was the largest crowd that we had ever had in Arizona Stadium. This was long before all of the expansion had taken place. And we were down at about the 20-yard line or somewhere in that area, and I can remember going in the huddle and looking at the offensive line and saying, guys, we got to go win this game. We got to get first downs and go win this game because it's going to be our ticket to winning the conference. And it was.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, thank you for taking my call.
Hey, Woody, always appreciate the opportunity to hear from a football alum and a perspective from somebody that played for the program.
And a TE.
And a tight end, exactly.
Look, I'm all for Coach Brennan. I think he's building a great program and a great situation for kids to come and play. Mm-hmm. But I just think we as fans deserve to know what he was thinking on those two issues.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Woody.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Woody.
it. 520-848-1290.
Bear down.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Howie, hang on. We got to get a break in here. We'll talk to you coming up next. It's Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. Arizona falls to the BYU Cougars 33-27 in double overtime, along with Kelvin Ifan and Glenn Howe. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Spooky noises coming from your air conditioning system? Then treat yourself to the Right Way $59 Super Tune-Up and shake off the cobwebs from your AC. It's a 42-point inspection designed to maximize your AC unit's efficiency and lifespan with the most comprehensive tune-up in the industry. We'll even remove any built-up dirt, grime, and dust and do a free carbon monoxide test. Just call Right Way, Southern Arizona's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical company today at 520-640-HOME. Right Way's $59 Super Tune-Up, a scary good deal.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rockin' K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 18 model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in ready homes and special incentives. LiveRockingK.com. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Hi, I'm Lisa Chastain. No one should go hungry, especially at Thanksgiving. That's why Gospel Rescue Mission is hosting our annual Thanksgiving Blessings event. Join us on Wednesday, November 26th for a home-cooked Thanksgiving meal. Also, clothing, haircuts, additional resources, and life-changing opportunities. Celebrate the holidays with us, because Thanksgiving is better when we share it together. Visit grmtucson.com to learn more.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of five-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
I come from a low-income family, and as a first-generation college student, it was difficult for me to navigate the way. Hughes Federal Credit Union and Earn to Learn provided a pathway for me to learn valuable budgeting and financial education. I am currently a graduate student in public health and helping my younger siblings with their college paths.
Find out how Hughes and Earn to Learn join forces to support student success at hughesfcu.org/earn-to-learn. Insured by NCUA. Certain restrictions apply.
Nobody does big screens like this. At Roadhouse Cinemas, every movie is massive with thundering surround sound and food and drinks delivered to your seat. Then, just steps away, Roadie's Lanes Games and Gastropub turns game day into an event. Huge screens with every play in full view. Hit the lanes, throw an axe, battle it out in laser tag, crush it in the arcade or crazy darts. Movies, sports, food, fun, all in one place. Roadhouse and Roadies, two epic experiences, one unbeatable destination. Corner of Grant and Swan.
Hello, everybody. Gary, why are you wearing a... Hold on, Ron. Every time Gary walks in here wearing some goofy costume, you always say, Gary, why are you wearing that? Yeah, but... And then it turns into some long-winded story about Alaskifications. Yeah, but... Then Gary says something ridiculous. Yeah, but... And you agree that an Alaskification before winter is the best way to prepare for cold weather. Yeah, but... And how Alaskan AC guarantees no breakdowns. Yeah, but... And all it does is encourage Gary to walk around wearing a stupid-looking ski mask that no person in his right mind would get caught dead wearing.
Yeah, but he's wearing my ski mask.
Keeping my head protected, just like the elastification protects your heater.
My ski mask isn't stupid looking.
Look who's wearing it. I choose to ignore that remark. Because you know another one is coming.
Take off that stupid ski mask.
See?
And that's why you should schedule your Alaska vacation today.
What did we accomplish here?
I'm not sure, but today is a good day to Alaskafy. Schedule now at alaskanac.com.
If you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of a home remodel, don't stress. The Window Depot is here to help. At the Window Depot, we're your one-stop warehouse for everything you need for your next remodel. Windows? Check. Doors? Got it. Cabinets, countertops, and everything in between, you'll find it all here at the lowest prices. Whether it's a kitchen, bathroom, or whole home makeover, our experienced designers are ready to bring your dream home to life, all at unbeatable prices. Find a location near you or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Up your game in a new Buick or GMC from Royal Buick GMC. At Royal, we always deliver a quality vehicle at a great price. Score a great deal with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff and our transparent online pricing. Plus, Royal offers a 72-hour buyback guarantee. Score big at Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. See dealer for details. Royal Buick GMC in the Tucson Auto Mall or RoyalTucson.com.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed. Life well lived. This is the home of your Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Wildcats now at the 17 of BYU. Fafita will take the snap. Back to throw. Has some time. Waits. Fires for the corner of the end zone. Hudson there. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Arizona.
Noah Fafita on a corner route. Drops it right into the bucket in the corner of the end zone. Arizona gets back in the game.
Clock running, 50 seconds left in the half from the BYU 35-yard line. Fafita out of the shotgun, takes the snap, back to throw, sets up, going deep down the far sideline, into the corner of the end zone. It is caught, inbounds, touchdown Arizona! Oh my goodness, another Fafita gem as he drops one in the corner to Chris Hunter.
2 touchdown passes tonight for Noah Fafita, and he is now all alone in third place all time at the University of Arizona with 59, just 8 behind the leaders right now. Nick Foles and Willie Tuitama, who sit at the top with 67 touchdown passes. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Arizona falls by a score of 33-27 to the BYU Cougars in double overtime. We had Woody called in earlier. I think so. I believe Woody mentioned the expansion. He played before the, I think one of the most recent expansions. So Woody's probably from early 70s because there was an expansion in 1976. That was when the east side of the stadium, they built the second tier of the east side of the stadium, those 17,000 seats in that tier. So that happened in 1976, right before the Wildcats left the WAC to go to the Pac-8. So I would think Woody is probably mid-70s alone.
Yeah. When did we win a championship? Because he said
we won the WAC. That Jim Young won the WAC.
Yeah, that had been a WAC championship.
Yeah.
That's when he was there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to let's go ahead right now. Let's go ahead right now and hear from Brent Brennan because I want to see if any of what Woody was talking about was addressed in the post-game press conferences today. Afterwards, let's head back out to the stadium and hear from the head coach after the ball game, Brent Brennan.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I want to say thank you to our fans. Stuck through another weather delay, and I thought they did a great job. It was awesome. It's awesome late in the game there in overtime. Just the energy they provided. The Zona Zoo was on fire once again, and so many of those young people stayed through the rain and in the bad weather. So I just want to say thank you to all of them. When I look at this game, and just coming right off the field now, to me, I look at it, we just battled the first place team in the Big 12 for 4 quarters and 2 overtimes, and we never backed down. Now, we didn't get the result we want, but those kids played their hearts out, and that is something to be excited about. Now, the goal is to win, and I understand that, but we're a better football team, and we're halfway through the season, and we have a lot to work on, but we also have a lot to feel good about. And so when I look at this thing, going into it, we knew it was going to be a physical battle. That was one of those things that we talked about all week. We knew our effort was going to have to be red line. And, the thing that's so hard about it is that we didn't get it done. And so, that's something that, when we talk about red line accountability, that starts with me, and that's everybody in the facility. And so we'll go to work on fixing those things and get ready for the next one. But I thought there were moments there where Noah was playing great football, and we were making plays, and we found some run game. People who haven't run the ball on them like that, I thought that was a positive. And then also, I thought our defense played their tails off, held them scoreless for 2 quarters. That hadn't happened in 30-plus quarters. So there's a lot of things to be excited about. Obviously, it's still pretty fresh and pretty raw. So, that's the hard part for me right now, standing up here in front of everybody. But I think we're making progress. I'm sick about the result tonight, but I believe in these players, I believe in these coaches, and I'm excited about what's coming the next couple weeks.
Thank you, Coach. Start with Justin and then Micah. You kind of answered it, but just elaborate on how do you weigh overcoming the 14-point deficit in the fight that you guys showed early on, and then just kind of how that game slipped away?
Yeah, I think it's incredibly disappointing, right? We're down 14 points, we make some plays, we rally back, we come out of the weather delay and really dig in and get in. The interesting thing about the weather delay is it happened, there was still 3 quarters left of football to play, so there was so much football left to play. And I thought our team did a great job of answering the call in that moment. The hard part is that at the end of the game, we had a chance to end it offensively, and we had a chance to end it defensively, and neither side of the ball did.
Michael and Jason.
If you count the overtime possessions, you guys had 1 touchdown and 5 trips into the red zone tonight. What do you think was going on in there, and what can you do to improve?
I think it's a combination of BYU being a good football team, and I think it's also a combination of just us not executing on the level we need to when we get down the red zone. And obviously we had opportunities. We scored a touchdown in overtime, gets called back. So those things we can't do. Those things you can't do if you're going to win big-time football games like tonight was.
Jason and then Brian.
A few decisions just in terms of not taking the points early in the game, the field goal, and going for it. Just what's going on there and just your mindset with that decision?
I just felt like we were playing a good football team. I liked how our defense was playing at the time. And so, those things are a little bit, it's a combination of analytics and a combination of feel. And so you also saw us benefit from going for it on 4th down on multiple drives in this game. So, that's the hard part about it. If you get it, everyone's like, yay. If you don't, everyone's like, what are you doing?
Brian and Chris.
In both of the halves, you had the ball with 20 seconds or something left. Was there consideration to try to at least take 1 shot, maybe at the end of the first half? I know you did one and then decided to knee, but the second half, was there consideration to try and maybe see if you could get 1 chunk play?
So Brian, both those situations are incredibly different. They're not the same just because there's 20 seconds on the clock, right? At the end of the first half, we know we're getting the ball coming out of halftime. So there's no reason for us to take a shot, put Noah at risk, turn it over, let them be in position and swing in a field goal right before the half, right? At the end of the game, same thing, knowing that, right, they're going to play crazy prevent. It's going to be really hard to complete 8, and they're going to have a flat top on umbrella on the top of the coverage. And so at that moment, I was like, let's go win it in overtime.
Chris and then Justin.
Kendrick Ricino had a really nice bounce-back game, and Chris Hudson probably had his best game as an Arizona Wildcat. Can you just talk about what you saw from both those guys tonight and what they mean?
Yeah, those are real positives. I think, obviously Ked has been sidelined a little bit with some injury stuff, but it was great to see him run the ball with the physicality and the playmaking that we think he's capable of. And then, Chris Hudson, it was great to see him get going, and I think he's also had some injury stuff that slowed him during training camp and throughout this season. But tonight is the night where I'm like, oh, there he is. That's the playmaker that we know you to be. And I expect more from Chris Hudson going forward.
Justin and then Michael. The play to end the game, what did you see there? Why do you think it wasn't executed properly?
The last play of the game?
Yeah.
We just didn't complete the ball,
Michael.
Every team is different, every situation is different, but you could argue that Penn State, one loss become 2 losses. Can you prevent this difficult loss from becoming another one or a losing streak?
I can't speak to their situation. Like, that's not even a fair comparison in my mind. Like, my concern is Arizona football, right? And to me, like, it's getting back to work. It's getting back to red line. It's getting back to the things that got us off to a 4-1 start. It's what gave us a chance to beat the number 18 team in the country tonight. I know we didn't do it, but we're right there knocking on the door. You know what I mean? And so, when as disheartening as tonight was, to me, there's a lot of positives in that game. And we need to be excited about that too. Like, I want us to be pissed off about how that thing ended. We should be. But we should be excited about also the fact that we stood toe-to-toe with one of the most physical teams in our conference and slugged it out into double overtime.
We'll finish up with Justin. Dalton Johnson had the big tackle there, which kind of sparked you guys there in that second session. What do you make of what he showed tonight?
Dalton Johnson is a leader. He's a great player. He's an awesome human being. And he's a diehard Wildcat. He's been here through all of it, right? He's been here, this is year 6, I think. And he's just one of those guys that continues to show up every day, continues to lead, continues to be a positive voice for the football team, continues to make plays on game day. I can't say enough positive things about Dalton. Just an awesome player, awesome human being. And I think, the great thing about who he is, he's going to be upset about how this thing ended too. And he's going to push the team to go to work and get to fixing it. And that's what we need. Because I can yell and scream all day, but we need the guys in that locker room to say, we're not letting that happen again, and go to work on fixing it.
All right, that's the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats. We'll discuss a few of the things he said right there. Let's pause 10 seconds, though. It is now Sunday. Happy Sunday. This is Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show after 33-27. Wildcats lost to the number 18 BYU Cougars in double overtime, a game in which the Wildcats trailed 14-0 early, came back and took a 24-10 lead into the fourth quarter, only to see the Cougars rally and score in the final minute to tie the game and force overtime. Both teams kicked field goals in the first overtime. BYU got the ball to start the second overtime. They would score a touchdown but miss on the two-point conversion. Wildcats, however, could not answer with a score and fall by 6 points. So, guys, Brent Brennan did at least address in that postgame the not taking points, not taking the field goal. He said it has to do with analytics and feel, and that's and the feel part. And I've asked him the fourth down question now 2 weeks in a row. I asked him the fourth down question when he decided to punt in the game against Iowa State. Now, again, I thought that was the right decision, but there were a lot of people that thought that he shouldn't have punted from his own 15-yard line down 2 or whatever it was at the time. I think they were down 3 scores on the road and essentially raised the white flag on that game at Iowa State. There were questions last week about several of the fourth down decisions. They went for it on 4th and 3 in the red zone and got a touchdown on a pass to Trey Spivey last week. One of the things I tweeted out during the game is that he's becoming Dan Campbell. He really likes to go for it on 4th down, and he was successful. And so when I said to Woody, I said, Woody, I think the reason they went for it, and he even said there, was because the defense was playing well. It's about feel. And I feel like in that moment, he felt like that was the best decision because his defense was in control of the game. He knew they weren't going to give up a 95-yard drive, and they had one takeaway to that point. You get another takeaway down there in the red zone, and now you got a chance to get that score again. So analytics and feel, I don't know as much about what the analytics of that part is and what those say in that instance. I would imagine, guys, maybe you know a little bit more about that. Maybe the analytics say if you've got a 4th down and 5, a 4th down at the 4-yard line, that 75% of the time you go for that.
Well, I don't know about the analytics, man. I don't know.
I'd like.
I might have to look the other way.
What did I think Fish called it? The book or something? They had a book called.
Yeah, I would love to see that in the book.
Yeah,
I would love to see that. But I think that was a more field thing. I think he wanted to, put that nail in the coffin to where you got your guys on the roll right there. I understand if it works, beautiful.
Yeah.
But I just feel Coach Tommy said something to me a long time ago. He said, you had 3 downs already. you had 3 downs already, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some points on the board and let's go from there. You had 3 downs already. Let's go one more, Coach. Let's go. Hey, man, we already had a few shots at it. Let's kick it and let's keep on playing the game. Let's play the long game.
Yeah.
All right, 520-848-1290. Let's hear from Andy. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show.
Hi, how are you guys doing? I had 2 things. The coach addressed one of them. That was at the end of the game where there was 19 seconds left and Arizona had the ball and they decided to take the kneel. I believe Arizona had 2 timeouts and they could have went ahead and at least tried one. And I believe last week, it was at the end of the half or a couple of weeks ago, the kicker kicked like a 60-something yarder.
It was last week. Yeah, last week.
Right. So I was thinking, hey, just, get down to the 50 or at least 45 and let them try one. But like I said, they had
a shot.
I agree.
It would have been worth a shot.
I think 19 seconds is a lot of time.
That's a lot of time.
A lot of time with 2 timeouts, plenty of time.
Yeah, if you get a first down, it stops the clock. But still, you need to work that. You can work the middle, and you can call a timeout. And, at least, go for it. That's what I was saying. Just go for it. And BYU, they had that momentum going. The other thing was, Arizona did have a 10-point lead, with, 7 minutes left. And so it was up to the defense, to hold them. And, it was pretty close. I mean, they got that one for that fumble, and they would have been short, and Arizona almost got the ball, and then it ended up being the first downs for BYU. And then those pass interference call, I mean, the first one was probably legit, but the second one, that was definitely questionable.
Yeah. The second one was terrible.
I don't know how many plays BYU had in that red zone in that area. So, but the defense needed to make the play. They had, like I said, they had that 10-point lead. So that was the only thing, I wish could have happened. But at least at the end of the game, with that 19 seconds left, 2 timeouts, at least try.
I want to speak on that a little bit because I've heard it a couple times. I disagree with y'all on that one. Wasn't it how many yards? We were on our end of the field.
Yeah, we still 19 seconds you can get down there.
Yeah, 19 seconds you can lose the game.
Didn't the Seahawks,
19
go down and kick a game-winning field? Didn't Seahawks beat the Cardinals a couple weeks ago with they went to 38?
Yeah.
And they had 38 seconds to go and went down and got into field goal range.
Yeah, I hear you. I trust Coach Phil on that one. There's this feel on that one because I feel like this. Mo was on their side at that point. Momentum was on their side at that point. Let's go to OT and let's see if we can make some shake in OT. You don't want to make a mistake with 19 seconds because then you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
You throw an interception and end the game when you could have went to OT. You know the story on that one? No.
Well, yeah. But you're at the 25-yard line, right? Because the ball went to the end zone.
Yeah.
So you start at your 25.
So you need about 40 yards. At least 40 yards, 45 yards.
And did you see them dropping 7?
Well, that's why I said you have 2 timeouts. You can throw in the middle.
So yeah,
if they're going to go and use those timeouts. So you're thinking with 19 seconds, you got at least about 3 plays.
Well, could I say?
And so
I'll just add this. He was already he had missed 20 throws. He was 25 for 45.
Right.
Yeah.
If he was hot and he had a go-to receiver, they took Hudson away. They took Hudson away in the second half.
Yeah, they were dropping back and covering those receivers. It was kind of because Papita, he had a lot of time to throw at times, but he just couldn't find someone.
Yeah, because they was, like you said, they was covered. They were dropping 7 and only really rushing them with 4. Because they really, when you see a team do that, when they drop 7 and only rush you with 4, they're saying that you'll throw a pick.
Yeah.
They're saying that there's no reason to pressure you. We don't even want to sack you. We want you to throw it up so we can get a pick from you.
Right. So, and then that's why I said we were still up by 10. Yeah. The defense needed to make a play. Yeah. And so but it was a well-played game.
Yeah.
And some of those games before we would get blown out. Yeah. And so really big steps that they've made. But man, we should have had that one.
Man, yeah, rank win at home.
Right, yeah. So, but yeah, that's all I just wanted to bring up.
Andy, we appreciate you calling. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, 520-848-1290. We've got a special guest on the guest line. Let's chat with J.W. Madden, who is calling in on the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. J-Dub, how you doing?
I'm good, fellas. How you doing?
Good. We're hanging in there. It's 12:15 and we're still going.
Yeah, lightning and overtimes and all that. I've been listening to the show, and I just want to ask you guys a simple question, which is, what's the one decision that y'all would have made in this game that would have led to a victory?
The one decision.
Yeah, like we talked quite a bit. I heard you guys talking about like the play calling when you've got the ball, you got a 7-point lead, milking out the clock with 3 minutes to go. But what's the one thing that you guys think that maybe the coaches, and again, I'm not second guessing what the coaches did, but one thing like that you guys think that maybe they should have done?
I would 4 minutes left. We had that drive. I would have rolled Noah out, make him attack the line of scrimmage. If he didn't see anything, run the football, get a couple yards.
Okay.
Make them understand that we're being aggressive here, and then come back with the run.
Inside run. Okay.
Then the inside run.
So
okay,
that's
but make sure
that's
that
a
they
first down play or a second down play?
What's that?
First or second
First down.
First down.
Roll out.
Roll out.
I like
roll
that.
out.
I like that. Run pass
Attack
option.
the line of scrimmage.
Run pass option.
And then have, hey, make sure that they understand that if you get somebody behind you or somebody there, we're gonna come after you right now. Not going into the pile. And then go inside run. And then on third down, if you get a couple yards, then you're third and short. Then you put the pressure on the now the pressure's on the defense. You don't know what you're going to do. So then you have a array of selection of plays. After that, when it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, that's different. And then it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
So that's what I would have done. And then you burn the clock. You get one first down. Then game time the game clock's going away.
Make them call their timeouts.
Yep. Yeah. Make them call their timeouts.
Yeah, mine would have been to kick that field goal. To kick that field goal in the third quarter. That would have been mine. Take the 3. That would have been my one call.
It's so tough, man, because like we've been through 20-game losing streaks.
Yeah.
We've been through 2 years ago the highs of beating Oklahoma and all that, and personally, I'm super positive. Like, I think that the coaching staff is on the right track. I think they got the players bought in, and I really enjoy the fight, getting down 14-0, find a way to get back in the game, getting a lead, and obviously that you can point to a lot of different plays, maybe execution, maybe play calling. Should have been a win. It should have been a 4-5-1 Arizona Wildcats team. And all that being said, I really am super positive about the coaching staff and the direction they're taking the program. And that's my last question, you guys, is that now that you've had a little bit of time to digest, positive or negative takeaways from this game?
Well, I'll say my positive is they didn't quit.
Yeah,
they played 4 quarters. Yep. I mean, and to play 4 quarters, you're playing for yourself and you're playing for your coach. So they didn't give up on each other. That's something positive that they can look to. They got down with the first 14, and just came back with a fight after the rain delay. I mean, that showed a lot of character to be able to doing that. So I saw way more positives. Let's make that clear. I saw way more. It's time we came in here and we just there's no words to say. You just got murdered. I mean, but these type of games right here, you feel them a little bit more because you feel like you should have had that victory. But no, man, I love what Coach Brennan is doing, the way that they've turned things around. I felt last year with losing Krosky Merritt, really hurt our team and could have really put us in a position where we could have made a bowl game last year. But I think that the way that he flipped that culture, came in now with the red line, it seemed like all these guys are bought in. They got a bunch of transfers in because we still not talking about that. What is 61 new guys?
Yeah.
61 new guys, and you got these playing 58. You got these guys playing to win, battling the top team in the conference to win it. So it's way more positive to take away. It just sucks you took the L.
Yeah, and I also think that that these guys are learning to win, and they're liking it. They're liking winning, and they want to get back to that real fast. So I think that this is going to really test. This loss is going to test our team because we're going to have a quick bounce back and be ready for a 9 a.m. game in Houston, 11 a.m. their time, and it's going to be see how we play. If we come out hot and angry and ready to get another win to get back on that winning track.
You got to learn to win small, right, first, and then, learn to win big. And yeah, I mean, you can always second-guess decisions. You can always second-guess execution. But I love the fight of the team. And, it's all positive as far as I'm concerned. Should have been a win and let it get away. And there's a lot of lessons, fellas, in that film. And there's a couple of things, those players, maybe one block here, maybe a little bit of tighter cut there, right on the cusp. And that's a damn good BYU Cougars team. And Kalani Sitake's got him playing really good, 6-0, 2 years in a row. So, I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of. No moral victories. Should have been a win. And I love the direction the program's going. Love y'all. You guys have been working hard all day long. Hope you guys get a good night's rest.
Thank you. You too, J-Dub. Appreciate everything. Appreciate your work today as well, for sure. J-Dub was in here all day long, spinning the dials for this team. And I want to again, and we've talked about, one of the things we've talked about is just the sheer number of guys that we've seen that have made plays. And I want to shout out, in a week where you lost one of your tight ends, Kean Burnett, Cameron Barmore. I mean, the block that he threw on that touchdown run, literally collapsed the line to clear that run. And just a beautiful, beautiful block by a guy that, again, was probably started this season as like the third or fourth string guy and got his opportunity tonight. Didn't catch any passes, but made a big play and helped them get that touchdown that at that time looked like might have been the play that sealed this game. But unfortunately, it just didn't happen.
And he looks like he is learning how to block. He's learning how to finish blocks. because that was a triple extension of his hips, knees, and ankles of just getting that guy and just pushing him down the line. I think that's good. And once he start learning that, man, then I think that he's going to be a better tight end because he's big. He's definitely big. He's 6'6", So he just got to learn, in order to get the rock, you got to block. Can't block. If you can't block, you ain't getting the rock.
There you go. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, 520-848-1290. If you're on the lines, hang on. We will get to you. We've had a lot of folks wanting to comment on this game. We've got some folks commenting on our YouTube stream. We'll get to those thoughts as well. Kelvin Efon is here. Glenn Howe as well. My name is David Kelly. Wildcats lose to BYU 33-27 in double overtime. Houston is up next. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage of Arizona football rolls on. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by ABC Heating and Cooling, Arizona Commercial Lighting, Blue Sky Pest Control, Broadway and Tucson's 20th anniversary season, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, First Choice Pools, Goldberg and Osborne, The Injury Lawyers, Gospel Rescue Mission, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Shamrock Heating and Cooling, Showtime Sports Cards, Tucson Appliance Company, JT Auto, Lexus of Tucson, Mr. Rooter, Recon Auto Detail, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking K, a master planned community designed by nature, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. There's a rumor summer might finally be over. And with cooler temperatures on the way, it's a good time to stop by any of the 14 area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. If it's time for tires, the long-lasting Michelin Defender 2 is your Arizona-proof choice. Check out jackfurriers.com for savings on Michelin and all your favorite brands. More savings and no hidden extras. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Uh-oh, another plumbing disaster. Don't panic. Call the pros at Acclaimed Drain and Plumbing Solutions. From clogged drains to full-blown repipe repairs, our expert team is fast, getting repipes done in one day. Reliable, professional, and always ready 24/7. When water won't behave, Acclaimed saves the day. Call 520-200-1089 or visit acclaimed-drain.com. Acclaimed Drain and Plumbing Solutions. Trusted, local, acclaimed.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Discover your perfect vehicle at Cactus Auto, Tucson's trusted destination for certified pre-owned cars for over 30 years. They offer a wide range of certified pre-owned vehicles featuring the brands and models you love. Their finance experts are here to provide you with top dollar trade-in offers and help you find the best financing options, regardless of your credit history. With approved credit, enjoy no payments for up to 90 days. Trust Cactus Auto for quality, affordable pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, all backed by incredible savings and a 7-day exchange guarantee. Visit cactusauto.com.
Hi, this is Tim Couch, retired NFL quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, partner at Meridian Wealth Management, and proud member of Meridian's Tucson Advisory Business Council. It's my favorite time of year, college football season. I've always been a proud Wildcat. As our firm has grown in Tucson with Ruben and Natalie Fernandez, I now cheer on 2 Wildcats every year. My alma mater of Kentucky, of course, and our U of A Cats. Here's to a great football season, and go Cats.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the neighborly done right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing.
A neighborly company.
It's your time to shine. This is Desert Diamond Casino, the spot with Arizona's only hometown sportsbook, the hottest slots and tables, and off-the-charts energy you won't find anywhere else. Here, there's always a fun-filled, action-packed, downright unforgettable night right around the corner. So let your hair down, turn the sparkle all the way up. It's time to live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed. Life well lived. This is the home of your Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Risano is the running back. Fafita's going to work out of the shotgun on 4th down. BYU plugging up that front. And they put Spivey in motion. Handoff Risano. He's got the first down. Breaks the tackle. Inside the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Arizona.
Kedrick Risano blows the game wide open, just like the Arizona offensive line blew a hole in the BYU defense. What a run by Kedrick Risano.
Absolutely spectacular. They needed a half yard, and Ked Risano goes 36 for the touchdown, and the Wildcats lead at 23-14.
Yeah, that was
just a dive, almost like a dive play right off the right, and Kedrick he put his shoulder down, broke a tackle, and there was no one else there. He just took off.
Yeah, that was one of those 4th down plays for your Arizona Wildcats in this ball game. We were just talking about Cameron Barmore, tight end. Had a huge block on that play. Kedrick Risano finished tonight 13 carries, 90 yards, had that touchdown in the game. Wildcats ran for 164 yards on the ground, but BYU that much better on the ground. They had 258, 162 from L.J. Martin. That was your pest of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Correct, Kelvin? L.J. Martin was your pest of the game?
Yeah, I was a little worried, Yeah, big backs always worry me.
And then in terms of my pest of the game, I had Isaac Hauger on the defensive side of things for Isaac Glasker on the defensive side of things. He had 5 tackles and he had the interception. He had that interception at the goal line that snuffed out that drive, the one of the many plays we've been talking about on the show tonight and the decision making that went in to some of those plays. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We'll have our keys coming up just a little bit later, but let's chat now with Howie. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show.
Hey, I didn't know old people stayed up that late. What are you guys doing staying up so late?
Howie, I was made for this job because I'm always up. I'm always up till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but not kicking that field goal was like almost on the same level as Pete Carroll having Russell Wilson throw on the 1 yard line. It was the dumbest thing because 8 or 9 minutes left. Instead of being up by 10, we could have been up by 13.
No. Wait. Howie, we were only up by 3 points at that point. The score at that particular point was 17-14 because it was 17-14 at the half. That was the first drive, I believe, of the second half. So we would have gone up by 6 at that point.
Really? Well, anyway, I don't know what. It just seems like it would have made the game, a lot more difficult to lose, But hey, you know what player I really liked was this guy Wilson the third. I don't know anything about him, but he was all over the field for Arizona. That guy was making tackles and chasing people down.
Oh, Riley Wilson. Yeah, Riley Wilson. Yep.
Wilson the third, was on the back of his jersey. That guy was good,
He's a transfer, and he's just starting to come into his own. We talked a lot about him on the pregame show today, and we had a chance to hear from him earlier this week in the media availability. I mean, he's definitely the kind of guy that could be a leader on this defense, and still has time to be a leader on this defense.
Yeah, he's fast and he's tough. I was commenting to my wife about him. Yeah.
Hey, Howie. I know some people ain't gonna like this, but I'm gonna let you know he's from Texas, North Texas to be exact.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The Texas guys know how to play football, right?
Got a little passion. Got a little passion for the game. Got a little passion for the game.
A little passion, yeah. Even when you drive from Lubbock over to New Mexico, you see these billboards, home of the champion Texas 7-man football, They're in the middle of nowhere.
Don't mess with Texas.
Yeah, it is a huge state. But I really, I think it was coaching. I mean, I really do. I think the guys played great, the players. Couple stupid errors, which you expect. But, I don't know. It's really weird. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I just wish that, again, and I'll repeat what I said. I just wish that if you're going to be aggressive, stay aggressive. If you're going to be aggressive and go for it 4 times in regulation on 4th down, then be aggressive at the end of the game when you need to get a first down to win the game. I mean, that's the thing I think that bothers me at times about this offense is that we just kind of and I don't want to say we don't have an identity, but we just seem to float back and forth between we want to be aggressive in this situation, but we don't want to be aggressive in other situations. I'd like more consistency when it comes to the aggressiveness of the play calling.
I kind of had a mixed day because I liked Indiana beating Oregon. That was great. But then the loss Arizona suffered, kind of ruined it at the end of the day. But, that was that one up here at Austin was a tough game between the Hoosiers and the Ducks.
Indiana's trying to let people know that last year they were not a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, I was talking to my wife about that. I said they were never good in football. It was a basketball school, kind of a little worse than Arizona. I mean, Arizona was never as bad as Indiana in football. But I mean, they didn't win games in football, and now this coach they got them going. But
it was the guy before him. The guy before him got him going. He came in here and is reaping the benefits.
Yeah, the NIL, man, I'm not surprised who can start getting some dubs.
Well, hey, Florida State lost again today. I mean, there's a lot of parity right now. That's why this big. I think that's why this loss hurts, because there's so much parity in this conference right now, and it seemed like there was if you could have won tonight, there's a window to go into, because I'll be honest with you, I think Arizona's better than Houston. I think Arizona should beat Houston, and if you'd have won this game tonight, you'd have been sitting at 6-1, and in the conversation going into the post bye as a team to potentially beat to make the title game. You can still do it.
Yeah.
We talked about it, 7-2. I mean, there were 4 teams that finished 7-2 last year. Obviously, only 2 of those 4 teams are going to get in. But at least if you're 7-2, but now for the Wildcats, that would mean running the table. I don't know if they're going to run the table, so that's why you got to take advantage of all these games at home, because you got a lot of games in the second half on the road.
Yeah, the thing about the Ducks, because you guys, probably just read about them and hear about them, but you used to think of them as an offensive juggernaut with Chip Kelly and all that stuff. But they got a hell of a defense this year, I don't like the team, but their defense is outstanding. And so is Indiana's and the Buckeyes. That's a good conference for football, pretty tough, But so is ours. We got a lot of parity in ours also. But, yeah. Should be interesting, the playoffs. When the playoffs come around.
Well, Colorado won again today, and
how about your Ducks today?
That's what he just said.
Oh,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's just talking about that. Yeah. Hey, Howie, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys, take care. All
right, we'll talk to you next week. Howie checking in from Oregon. Let's get another break in here. We'll come back, review our keys to the game, and a whole lot more. We still got to hear from the players. The Wildcats lost, so we'll hear from the quarterback, Noah Fafita, as well as Traden Stukes. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. It was the BYU Cougars 33, the Arizona Wildcats 27 in double overtime. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
ABC Water and Air, your local comfort experts. Proudly serving Tucson and surrounding areas with HVAC and plumbing services you can trust. Fast, affordable, and reliable. Got a breakdown? They guarantee service within 24 hours. From AC tune-ups to plumbing inspections and duct cleaning, they've got you covered. Ask them about their True Tune-Up Gold Package. It's more than just a checkup. Call 520-812-1597 or visit abcwaterair.com. ABC Water and Air, always bringing comfort.
What you're driving right now may be worth more than you think, and O'Reilly Chevrolet wants to buy it. No matter the make or model, we'll pay top dollar today or trade up to a top quality pre-owned vehicle from our huge selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs. We're on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or visit O'Reilly.com. It's pretty easy. We'll simply pay you more for what you're driving than anybody else. O'Reilly Used Cars, giving you more since 1924.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Tucson sun beating down feels like an oven in your car, right? With our premium window tint, you'll stay cool, comfortable, and protected.
Finally, no more burning seats and squinting eyes. driving feels amazing again.
It's not just tint. It's comfort, style, and relief from Arizona heat. Recon Auto Detailing, Ceramic Pro West, Tucson, where cool rides start.
Hey, it's Mrs. HVAC. If you're anything like me, a mom, a wife, and maybe a little bit crazy about the air I breathe and the water I drink, then listen up. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has you in mind with our home wellness check. That's 3 visits a year to make sure your AC is happy, your plumbing isn't plotting against you, and your water isn't secretly weird. We'll even test your water quality because you deserve spa water, not swamp vibes. Let's keep your home sane, even if you're not. Call us today or book online at picturerockscooling.com.
If you're ready to build your dream home, let the Window Depot help. Our expertise spans more than 20 years helping contractors provide custom windows built to last. Our in-house design team works closely with you and your contractor to create the perfect windows. From design to delivery, your contractor will have exactly what they need when they need it. And with the largest inventory and unbeatable prices, your dream windows are just a step away. Visit us in store to get started or find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot. Best prices, biggest inventory.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Broadway in Tucson presents the 20th anniversary season featuring 7 Tucson premieres, including Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Hell's Kitchen, Moulin Rouge, The Wiz, Back to the Future, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and more. Secure your signature season tickets today and get the best seats at the lowest prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your 2025-2026 season tickets today.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' Cay. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rockin' Cay with home savings up to $25,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. LiveRockingCay.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed. Life well lived. This is the home of your Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
The snap, play fake, rolling back, looking to throw, fires over the middle, got him in open, caught by Kingston, over the 50, 40, 30, down to the Arizona 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown BYU.
Wow, what a drive by BYU. And Kingston is the fastest guy on BYU's team. They got him in an they isolated him, did a play action, took a shot right across the middle of the field, and he just ran away from the defense. BYU flexing their muscle right now.
He had a 54-yard catch last week. That goes for 75. And the touchdown, and BYU leads it 13-0.
First touchdown pass allowed by the Arizona Wildcats this season. It came in a 33-27 double overtime loss to the BYU Cougars. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Jody Corrales checks in. She's watching the show tonight on YouTube. Jody says, tough loss. We let BYU take the game from us. Another thing that I won't be ashamed to say, the refs played a role in the outcome. Was it really a hold on Chuba on the first overtime drive when Ricino scored the touchdown? And the Wildcats actually have been much better with the holding calls in the red zone this season. And I'll have to go back and look at that one. It did not necessarily, I was out of the stadium, but I was here back at the station watching at that particular point. But it looked like it was a good block up until maybe the end where he might have just grabbed him. And then
it's about Chuba?
Yeah,
he was already past him.
Yeah, and he grabbed him on the right shoulder, and you tugged that shoulder.
Yeah.
You had to let him go there and let the running back. Because I used to love DK when the defensive tackles reached their arm out there to grab me while my offensive linemen are holding them. I ain't gonna lie to you, I would knock their shoulder out of the socket. I used to love it when they reached their arms out there and think that you're gonna grab me with one arm. I'm 220 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking your arm to the end zone.
Yeah.
And so Chuba should have understood. You had him inside. All he could have done was reach the arm out and try to grab the back. And I don't think he could be able to, to grab our guy at 220 pounds running through there himself. So Chuba's doing a little too much on that one.
And you know what else I like about Chuba? He was down. I thought he was out for the game.
They carried him off.
And he came back. He came back. He wanted to come back in the game.
He is one tough SOB.
That's what I'm saying. That's what kind of guys we need up there.
Little camera time going to the sideline.
Because I looked like he hurt his back.
And was right back.
And he came right back in there. I said, good for you, my brother. He was like, he's tough. And that's the kind of guys we need up front.
No question about that. All right, let's review what we thought the Wildcats needed to do to win this game today.
How did our keys to the game go for your Wildcats? Our keys to the game are brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive Group, the dealership that is different.
Well, guys, I'm going to harp on something I harped on last week, and that's it's special teams, but it's making sure that you're not losing yardage in special teams. We need to make sure that there are no negative plays in terms of the punt return. Positive yards there. Luke Weissong came in and did a great job with that last week, so I want to see the continuation of positive yards. But I also want to see that from our punters. I want them. They need to be able to down balls when they have those opportunities. I thought we missed out on an opportunity last week when we were punting from midfield and couldn't get that ball downed inside the 10-yard line. That's crucial yardage lost in games. You have to be able to pin teams. I think if you can pin teams, we've seen it. If you give this defense a team inside their 10-yard line, good things are going to happen with Danny Gonzalez and company. So I think the punters are important there. I want to see more balls downed inside the 20-yard line for this special teams in terms of that respect as well. And I thought it was interesting last week, and Brent talked about this in his press conference today, or earlier this week, was that it's a game-by-game, I guess, decision on whether or not they're going to fair catch kicks. Some weeks they'll do that. Some weeks they won't do that. I'd like to see more returns there if you have those opportunities versus fair catches, because I think you've got a guy. I mean, whether that's going to be Ishmael Mahdi back there, I think you've got an opportunity to have a guy back there who could break one, and that's how you win big games. You win big games, I think, on returns. You can look at the history of this program. All the big wins, there's probably a punt return or a kick return or an interception return or something of that nature in those games. So I'd like to see them being more aggressive in returning kicks as well. And I think as long as Noah takes care of the football in this game tonight, I think the Wildcats are going to be okay. I can't turn it over. You lose the turnover battle, and you're probably going to lose to this team. 0 return yards at all, and they didn't get any return opportunities, whether it was punt or kick. Did the Wildcats? Obviously, they gave up the one big punt return, and that hurt. Isaac Lovison did have one punt that he was able to get down inside the 20. I think the guy actually fair caught it at the 5-yard line and set the defense up nicely there. But, nothing in the return game for Arizona. 2 field goals by Michael Salgado Medina, and like we've been talking about all night, maybe it would have been nice if he could have gotten an opportunity to kick a third there. The one interception by Noah, which came on the 4th down in the red zone, which we've addressed at length as well tonight. Those were my keys to the game. Let's hear what Glenn had to say.
I think that, what we have to have, I don't want to see Noah throwing the ball over 30 times tonight. I like to see him
51 times last year.
Yeah. I like to see him throw it no more than 30 times. If we can get there to 30 times, that means that we're running the ball. That means that we're moving the ball, taking control of the game. Let's establish the run And then we just got to be, when we do pass, we got to be accurate on the passes. Then on the defensive side of the ball, I think that we really need to stop their run, make sure that they cannot run, and we got to get turnovers. We got to get turnovers. They're prone to turnovers. We got to be able to rally to the ball and get some turnovers. Special teams, we got to have a flawless. We got to have a game that we have every single phase of the game, special teams, defense, and we haven't had that game yet. We haven't had that game yet. So this is the game to start that streak, is having all three phases of the game. That means kicking field goals, don't miss any field goals, and also punting the ball when we have a chance to pin them down inside and make them drive the field. Let's play some field position with these guys. Let's do that, because then that puts more pressure on Bear.
So are we ready to say the Wildcats need to establish the pass and then run the football, because that's what this is. This is a passing football team. It's a passing football team
for sure.
Yeah, and we 45 passes today.
Yeah, 79 plays. It was 45-34.
Yeah,
passing the run.
That's just not a good recipe for.
And
winning.
at one point, I think, what did I text you guys? It was 17-8. At one point early.
And I'm kind of disappointed that our punter can't put it a little bit closer when we can pin him down there.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
that's valuable yardage.
Yep.
That we're giving up in the punt game.
Because if we put pressure on a freshman that's a quarterback and make him have to drive all those, he's bound to make mistakes.
That's why he went for it.
Yeah, and we also, we did get the turnovers.
Yeah. Two beautiful interceptions in the game.
We got the turnovers.
How about Trayden Stukes?
Yeah. I mean, and we should have got that last turnover on that fumble.
Oh, God, yeah.
That was just like, it was,
I didn't see it because I was in the car, but I heard that it was just laying on the ground.
Yeah, it just was laying on the ground, and just, he almost like, he was like over it. I don't think he might have saw it because he was standing over it.
Ball just,
and it was right underneath him, and then that other dude just.
Yeah, the old lineman didn't block nobody.
Yeah.
And his man had made the tackle, and he turned around, and the ball was right there. And he jumped on that thing, man. You have to give him credit for that. That gave him a first down, too, didn't it?
Yep. And that would have ended. It would have been
End
done.
of the game, yep.
Yep.
Kelvin's keys to the game.
We have to protect the football. We have to win the turnover battle. Little rain. Also, teams like this love to come in and script the ball. They try to take advantage of that. Also, I believe that the defense has to play well. They have to tackle. And I also think the DBs have to watch out for the big play, the big ball. This is the type of team that'll try for those type of plays. And then I said watch out for trick plays as well, especially on offense
double pass
and on special teams. I don't know what it is about BYU. I just think they like to have fun, but they always have it somewhere in their bags. And I truly believe that to win this game is going to be a full quarter game. You have to battle these guys for four quarters and love the physicality of it.
Yep.
They tried that fake punt.
Yep.
I still don't know how Dalton. I still don't know how Dalton made that play. He actually, I think he hit one of their guys, and that guy knocked the punter out of bounds.
Yeah, he leg whipped him.
Yeah.
And then they tried that pooch kickoff.
Yeah, at the end.
And he almost got that.
End, yep.
And they beat us over the top. First time of the year, I said, watch out for that deep ball. Yep. This is the type of team, And then a full quarter game, it was exactly that. And I said it would be physical.
Yep.
And that's exactly what BYU brought to the game. They just figured that they could bully us.
Only 4 tackles for losses. Tackles for loss in this game for Arizona. That's probably a low in a game this season. Just not a lot of opportunities there. For negative plays. Total negative plays count was 16 in this game. So still not bad, but not in the 20s like we've seen throughout the season thus far. All right, that's what we thought the Wildcats needed to do to win the game tonight. Unfortunately, it did not happen.
Those were today's keys to the game. They're brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive Group, the dealership that is different.
All right, gentlemen, final thoughts from you guys before I let y'all get out of here and continue this thing by myself.
Well, I hope you guys sleep well tonight. Get a good rest. Get ready to pack it up and get ready for the next game. Forget about this game. Watch the film. Learn a little bit. Get ready for Houston, because Houston's going to be tough. It's going to be early, and you better be ready early for that early morning fight. That's like before first period. You ever had one of those? Before first period, you meet before the school. You said we fighting outside and meet before the school. That's what we do it. That's what it's going to be like. That's how I remember those fights. You know, we meet before school.
Got to get taken care of.
Yeah.
Again, man, I thought there was a lot of good things that they could take and help them figure out a way to get a victory in Houston. I think that it was a real good game, entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
I know people hate to hear it, and I know we're a passing offense, but man, we got some good running backs.
Yeah.
I mean, man, there's some good running backs. 4 of them.
Yeah.
And I would just love to see one game where we rolled them a little bit and seen what happened. I understand
Let's ride them.
Spread offense. I understand everybody want to throw the ball up. Now, I understand that Noah Fafita is our quarterback, and it's important for him to shine. Because I always hear Coach say about, we're happy that he stayed, because, guys can look to go other places. And I also think sometimes we try to keep these guys too happy, right? Let's win. I mean, of course, we're going to be a thorn team because our quarterback is the focal point of our team. He did stay. But at the same time, I know Noah is a winner, and I know he wants to win, and he understands that you may have to take a couple of those passes off to be able to actually win, because you're not going to be anybody good like that.
Yeah.
It's not good. They're going to always figure out a way to get you by 2 or 3 points at the end.
Yeah, if we run the football well and stick with running the football, the pass is going to be wide open.
Bigger plays.
It's going to be chunk plays. Chunk plays. That's what you're going to get. And we just I don't know if we get that concept. I don't know if we do.
How about a screen pass to Ishmael Mahdi on that last drive to try to salt the game away? That'd have been a nice play to see there.
I mean, it's almost like he didn't.
Did he even play in the second half,
plays.
though? Did he even play in the second half? I don't remember.
Not a lot. He didn't seem like he was out there a lot.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
and then even Trace Spivey, when he had the way
he
that he
disappeared.
played,
He's on the milk carton.
the way that he played the week before, DK, I'm running some plays just for him.
Yeah.
Right? We got to see if he opened. I mean, but it just seemed like he was on the sideline a lot over there with us.
Yeah, it wasn't good, man.
That's what Woody said.
I mean, I'm disappointed in just the selection of plays.
Yeah.
You got to get more creative.
Missed opportunity. Yeah. That's the hardest thing to take from tonight's game. Guys, we'll see you bright and early. Well, we'll talk to Kelvin on Thursday. We'll talk to Glenn on Tuesday. We'll see you bright and early next Saturday, 4:30 a.m. pregame. Earliest pregame since I got here. I'm going to imagine maybe the earliest one ever.
That's the earliest pregame ever.
All right, that is the captain, Kelvin Efon, and the tight end, Glenn Howe. We always appreciate everything that they bring to the program. 520.
DK.
Say again? I'm sorry, I missed that part. I shut your mic.
Another great day.
There we go. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. We have 2 more segments to go. We're going to hear from the players coming up, Noah Fafita and Trayden Stukes, and we'll also get you your scoreboard and get up on out of here as the clock has turned to 1 a.m. It's Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day after a 33-27 loss by Arizona to BYU. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic is pleased to announce that Access Health Plans now cover chiropractic care. A referral by your PCP is required. For more information, go to firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care. A proud U of A radio sponsor.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. Did you spend money on your AC this summer? My friends at Rightway will give you back up to $3,000 for those repairs.
That's right. No matter who did the repair, we'll buy it back for up to $3,000 towards the purchase of a new heating and air system.
No repair bills this year? No worries. Get 0% financing and no payments for 18 months. $3,000 trade-in for your old AC. 10-year parts and labor warranty. Plus a free system upgrade.
Have an aging heating and air system out of warranty? We'll inspect it absolutely free. Call Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing today. 520-201-8220.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Back your hometown favorite. Get your very own exclusive University of Arizona debit card from Hughes Federal Credit Union. Pair your new card with a free checking account that earns dividends with no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and convenient 24/7 online and mobile banking. Visit one of our 7 convenient branch locations to get your card instantly or open an account online at hughesfcu.org/wildcats. Show your Wildcat spirit all year long with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
What you're driving right now may be worth more than you think, and O'Reilly Chevrolet wants to buy it. No matter the make or model, we'll pay top dollar today or trade up to a top quality pre-owned vehicle from our huge selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs. We're on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or visit O'Reilly.com. It's pretty easy. We'll simply pay you more for what you're driving than anybody else. O'Reilly Used Cars, giving you more since 1924.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
It's Which is Riches, only from Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Club Sol members can swipe daily to enter drawings held Friday and Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m., where winners get to pick from the Witch's Cauldron to see which prize is rich with $500 free play. It's Which is Riches, now through October 31st, only at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun, an enterprise of the Bascoyaki tribe.
Hey, it's Mrs. HVAC. If you're anything like me, a mom, a wife, and maybe a little bit crazy about the air I breathe and the water I drink, then listen up. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has you in mind with our home wellness check. That's 3 visits a year to make sure your AC is happy, your plumbing isn't plotting against you, and your water isn't secretly weird. We'll even test your water quality because you deserve spa water, not swamp vibes. Let's keep your home sane, even if you're not. Call us today or book online at picturerockscooling.com.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
Action. Next Roll is a groundbreaking podcast created and executive produced by Vernon Davis.
This is where we talk about reinvention.
The series explores the transformative journeys of athletes, artists, comedians, and entrepreneurs.
They don't just stop here. They just keep going.
Next Roll isn't about what's next. It's about why they do it, how they overcome fear, and the resilience it takes to keep evolving at the highest level.
That's what it's all about. Stay tuned.
Next Roll with Vernon Davis. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
From the shadows of your bathroom comes a villain with 2 pinchers, 1 stinger, and 0 respect for your home.
Scorpions can make your home feel like a scary movie. At Blue Sky Pest Control, we rewrite the script. We keep scorpions out of your home so your story stays drama-free. Call Blue Sky Pest Control today. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, scorpions.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
A proud sponsor of the University of Arizona radio broadcast.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your host, David Kelly, the tight end, Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifon.
Two receivers left, one right. Takes the snap, back looking left. Still looking left, firing left, and that is intercepted. Picked off by the Wildcats at the 40-yard line. And they've got the football. Trayden Stukes just swiped it away from the receiver. Arizona football with 18 seconds left in the half. And Bachmeier will wait, take the snap. High snap goes over his head. Then picks up the ball, rolls to the right now. Then he'll throw it downfield, and it's intercepted. Cats will take it over at their own 27. Second pick of the night for the Arizona defense.
And that ball popped up in the air. And Malachi Bailey had given a lot of pressure to Bachmeier, forced him to throw that ball before he wanted to. And Dalton Johnson just broke on it and made a great play for an interception.
That's now.
Well, maybe that's a freshman being a freshman at quarterback.
Yeah.
Should have never thrown that ball.
Should have not thrown that one for sure. That is now 9 interceptions on the season for the Arizona defense, 13 takeaways total. So they've now eclipsed their total from last year. They had 12 takeaways last season. They've now eclipsed that with the 2 they got tonight, now 13 on the season. Unfortunately, it was not enough. Wildcats fall by a score of 33-27 to the BYU Cougars in double overtime. Let's head back to the stadium and hear from your quarterback, Noah Fafita, and Trayden Stukes after the loss to the Cougars.
You know, we had a lot of chances to finish the game how we wanted to. Left some stuff on the field, but, you know, you can't go back in time. We're going to watch tape, clean it up, get back to it tomorrow, get ready.
Yes, sir. I think that one, I mean, obviously, you never want to lose, and it hurts. But at the end of the day, football is a game of momentum, and there were momentum shifts in the game. But I thought there was, like Stooksy said, man, we had chances to ice the game. We had chances to keep the momentum on our side or bring the momentum back, and we missed those opportunities.
For Noah, if you include the overtimes, I think you guys scored only 1 touchdown inside the red zone with 5 chances tonight. What do you think was going on?
Yeah. I think we just gotta, in the red zone, everything gets faster. So you gotta be super detailed. You gotta be on time with everything, with steps, and obviously ball placement. So I think we missed a lot of opportunities, especially on my part. I know I missed 2 throws in I think our second red zone drive down by the jumbotron. So those are opportunities you can't miss. And at the end of the day, I think the red zone told the story.
In that last overtime, there were a couple times where you had to go for the shorter passes. What was BYU doing there as far as their defense to keep you from being able to find the end zone maybe?
Yeah, you got to give credit to the defense, and obviously BYU's been known for a good defense for a long time, and I think they got into a little bit of zone coverage there, allowed us to take the underneath stuff, and at the end of the day, we knew we had 4 downs to get 10 yards, so we're trying to take what the defense gave us, and we didn't execute.
Trayden, what was working for the defense, you know, after you guys fell downfield to get back? What do you think led to you guys really getting back in the game?
Yeah, just, you know, taking that breath, trusting our training. You know, we worked for these moments, and the game plan was good, so we just fell back on what we practiced all week. You know, we were able to execute, then, you know, they got us on some stuff. You know, we go back to the drawing board, try and fix it, but, yeah.
And for both of you guys, from the time that they announced the weather delay and you guys were in the locker room to the time you guys came out, what were you guys doing during that time?
Just trying to stay in it. You know, it was at least 30 minutes regardless of, you know, how many lightning strikes it was. So we knew we were going to be in there for a second. We were looking at the plays, looking at things we could have cleaned up, just refocusing, staying loose, and getting ready to get back out there.
Yeah, we had 3 drives to watch film on, so we watched that film. We made adjustments off of our game plan, and then just keeping the guys in it mentally and physically.
Aside from the one long pass play, trading their most effective offense seemed to be running up the middle with the running back or the quarterback, especially the quarterback late. What were you guys trying to do to counteract that?
Yeah, we got a lot of movement stuff up front, and executing how we were supposed to, and it's one fail, all fail with our defense. So, when one person's out there gap, it messes with the whole defense. So, just didn't execute well enough to stuff those runs.
You mentioned that you guys watched some film during the weather delay. From there, you guys were able to take a 24-14 lead out of there. Had 3 straight scores after that. Just what were some of those adjustments that you guys made and things that were kind of clicking for the offense after?
Just getting the guys playing the system, me included. Trusting the scheme, trusting the game plan, and just playing in the system to the best of our ability.
We got 3 more, Brian. How much time do you give on this game before you move to the next one for Houston next week for both of you guys?
Yeah, we get a 24-hour rule, so we'll watch the film, and obviously the loss is gonna hurt, but at the end of the day, we got another opportunity. Got a road game against another good opponent, so it's back to the drawing board for us. We come back in tomorrow to recover, to put this game behind us mentally, and then to get a head start on Houston.
Disappointed that you ended up losing this game. This was a situation where you were down early, 14-0, and came back. And you can make the case that last year's team might have folded in a situation like that. This year's team was able to rally. What do you think about just kind of the mental toughness and character of this group?
We got some high character guys on this team, and our motto is red line, get back to red line. And one of our main pillars in that is responding. Owning it and fixing it, the things that you messed up. So we've been talking about response all year, and especially this week. We knew, it was going to be a big-time game, a dogfight. So we've been talking about responding all week, and I thought the guys did a really good job of that.
Yeah, I would say the same thing, just leaning in on our culture. Our culture is clear, it's red line, and like Stu said, response has been a big emphasis for us, not just this week, but all year. So this is a brand new team. Last year's behind us. This is this team, and like Stu said, we got some great leaders on this team, some great people, and we responded well. Got to be able to finish though.
Finish with Justin. So question for both of you guys. So you guys are at the halfway mark of the season. Can you just talk about just your side of the ball and what you guys have shown offensively and defensively this year?
Yeah, for us, I know, we've had some good games. We've had some games where we gave up more yards than we wanted to. And at the end of the day, for us, it's holding the other team to 1 less point than we score. So we're just going to go back to the drawing board, keep trusting our coaches, keep trusting the people that are on the field. And I think we've shown flashes that we can be a dominant defense, and we just need to keep executing at a high level to get there.
Yeah, I think everything he said holds true for our side of the ball as well. Our goal is to, like he said, score 1 more point than them. So that's our mission. That's our goal each and every day. Because at the end of the day, the biggest thing is to win. But we've had our glimpses as well. A lot of inconsistency on our side of the ball. A lot of ups and downs. So we got to be able to find that consistency. We've got to be able to continue to grow with each other and grow in the scheme. So I think we've taken steps, but I don't think we're close to the potential of this offense.
All right, that was your quarterback, Noah Fafita, and safety Traden Stukes, 2 of your leaders, both on offense and the defensive side. 33-27, number 18, BYU knocks off the Arizona Wildcats. U of A falls to 4-2 overall in the season, now 1-2 in the Big 12, heading to Houston next Saturday. One final break. We'll give you your scoreboard and put a wrap on this one. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. The post-game show. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Up your game in a new Buick or GMC from Royal Buick GMC. At Royal, we always deliver a quality vehicle at a great price. Score a great deal with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff and our transparent online pricing. Plus, Royal offers a 72-hour buyback guarantee. Score big at Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. See dealer for details. Royal Buick GMC in the Tucson Auto Mall or RoyalTucson.com.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
Spooky noises coming from your air conditioning system? Then treat yourself to the Right Way $59 Super Tune-Up and shake off the cobwebs from your AC. It's a 42-point inspection designed to maximize your AC unit's efficiency and lifespan with the most comprehensive tune-up in the industry. We'll even remove any built-up dirt, grime, and dust and do a free carbon monoxide test. Just call Right Way, Southern Arizona's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical company today at 520-640-HOME. Right Way's $59 Super Tune-Up, a scary good deal.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Hi, this is Peter Costa, former governor of the New York Stock Exchange and proud member of the Advisory Business Council with Meridian Wealth Management. One thing I've learned over 40 years on the floor is the value of a trusting relationship with your financial advisor. After all, everyone is a genius when the markets are going up, but when they drop, that's when the guidance of a professional is most important. For more information about Meridian, call 719-1433 or visit online at meridianwealthllc.com.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. 6 model homes are now open to tour at Del Webb at Rockin' K. Here, life is about more than just beautiful homes. It's about the experiences waiting outside your front door at this new 55-plus active adult neighborhood. LiveRockingK.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no, how bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Step into a world where rewards never end. Welcome to Club Soul at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Every moment brings excitement. Every visit unlocks exclusive perks, free play, dining discounts, and more. From high-stakes action to luxurious experiences, your rewards grow with every play. Join today for endless benefits and unforgettable moments. Club Soul. Play more, earn more, experience more. Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Enterprise of the Bosco Yaqui Tribe.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your host, David Kelly, the tight end, Glenn Howell, and the captain, Calvin Ifon. Our Window Depot postgame coverage of Arizona football is just getting started. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by Advantage Air and Mechanical, Cactus Auto Company, Casino del Sol, Done Right Services, Drain Masters, First Chiropractic, Idaho Central Credit Union, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Royal GMC, Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, The Window Depot, Acclaim Drain and Plumbing Solutions, Bear Down Roofing, Dorado Rock, Essential Pest Control, Goodfellas AC, Hughes Federal Credit Union, Johnson Manley Company, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. Let's take a look at what's happening today around the rest of the country. The Wildcats Radio 1290 Game Day Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, Arizona's leading injury law firm.
All right, we'll start with what happened today in the Big 12 Conference. Number 9, Texas Tech blew out Kansas at home, 42-17 at home, as in down in Lubbock. It was Utah at home with a 32-point win over Arizona State, 42-10. Colorado at home knocks off the number 22 team in the country, the Iowa State Cyclones. Iowa getting a big loss there, their second in a row.
Going for the home run ball, wide open downfield, catch at the 35. There goes Amarian Miller. It's Miller time. Touchdown, touchdown, Colorado. I mean, he was smacked wide open, so alone, looked like he was late for school.
24-17, the final in that one. Cincinnati stays hot. They beat Central Florida 20-11. It was Houston over Oklahoma State 39-17. So the Cougars from Houston will be 2-1 and 5-1 overall, awaiting Arizona next week. Kansas State wins again. They knock off TCU 41-28. So this Big 12 conference muddled. Here's how the picture looks right now. There are three teams that are undefeated at 3-0 in conference play. Those teams are the BYU Cougars, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, and the Cincinnati Bearcats. Those three teams all 3-0. There are 4 teams at 2-1 right now. Utah, Arizona State, Houston, and Baylor are all 2-1 on the season. You've got 3 teams at 2-2. Iowa State, Kansas, and Kansas State are all 2-2. 2 teams are 1-2, the Arizona Wildcats and the TCU Horned Frogs. There is 1 team that is 1-3, that's the Colorado Buffaloes. There are 3 teams who are 0-3, Central Florida, West Virginia, and Oklahoma State. So right now, your Wildcats are kind of on the bottom end of the what I would call, there's 16 teams. They're on the bottom end of the middle 4 teams right now as we head into Houston next week. Wildcats at 1-2. Other scores in the top 25 on this Saturday, or actually Saturday, that was yesterday. Top 25 scores. Illinois at home lost to number 1 Ohio State 34-16. It was 7th-ranked Indiana winning 30-20 over Oregon on the road in Eugene. 4th-ranked Ole Miss beat Washington State 24-21. Texas A&M over Florida 34-17. Number 6 Oklahoma falls at Texas 23-6. 8th-ranked Alabama wins on the road at number 14 Missouri 27-24. Georgia, the number 10 team in the country, beats Auburn on the road 20-10. 11th-ranked LSU wins at home over South Carolina 20-10. 12th-ranked Tennessee edges Arkansas in Knoxville 34-31. 13th-ranked Georgia Tech beats Virginia Tech 35-20. Number 15 Michigan loses at Southern California 31-13 in the Big Ten. 16th-ranked Notre Dame over NC State 36-7. And it was number 25 Florida State losing at home to Pitt 34-31. Major League Baseball Game 5 of the National League Division Series, the Milwaukee Brewers beat the Chicago Cubs 3-1. It'll be Milwaukee facing Los Angeles in the National League Championship Series. It'll be Seattle and Toronto in the American League Championship Series with, I believe, the American League Series, beginning tomorrow. NFL, we'll tell you all about that coming up here when we end this scoreboard segment right here.
The Wildcats Radio 1290 Game Day Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, Arizona's leading injury law firm.
All right, so today we've got 3 NFL games for you. One of them begins in about 4.5 hours. It'll be the international game as the international series continues in London. We'll have that game coming up for you with coverage at 6:15 this morning. And then kickoff at 6:30, the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. Immediately following that game, it'll be Carolina Panthers football. We are your official Southern Arizona station for the Carolina Panthers. They'll host the Dallas Cowboys, and we'll join that game right around kickoff at 10 o'clock. And then, of course, Sunday Night Football begins at 4:30 with coverage. Kickoff at 5:20, the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, it was a long day. I'd like to thank a lot of folks who were a part of the long day. Dusty Dale ran the dials over on the FM side of the broadcast, 107, K-Hit 107.5. J.W. Madden doing yeoman's work, pregame, game. He was here a long time because there was a 1 hour and 15-minute delay attached to this ball game tonight. Total time from start to finish was 5 hours and 2 minutes tonight down at the stadium. Like to thank Kelvin Ifan and Glenn Howe. Also, as always, we'd like to thank you for listening. Once again, your final score from the stadium tonight in front of 47,960 fans in double overtime. The BYU Cougars, the number 18 team in the country, 33. Your Arizona Wildcats, 27. We'll talk to you on Monday from the Brent Brennan press conference at noon. Get his thoughts after watching the tape. DK on the sports tip at 3. Until that time, my name is David Kelly. Have a great rest of your weekend and bear down, Arizona.
And you won't need no camel. No, no, when I take you for a ride. Come on, cactus is our friend. He'll point out the way. Come on, till the evening ends, till the evening ends. Midnight at the oasis. Sing your camel to bed. Got shadows painting our faces and traces, a romance in our head. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Next Roll is a groundbreaking podcast, created and executive produced by Vernon Davis.
This is where we talk about reinvention.
The series explores the transformative journeys of athletes, artists, comedians, and entrepreneurs.
They don't just stop here. They just keep going.
Next Roll isn't about what's next. It's about why they do it, how they overcome fear, and the resilience it takes to keep evolving at the highest level.
That's what it's all about. Stay tuned.
Next Roll with Vernon Davis. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Wildcat fans, 2025 Arizona football tickets are on sale now.
For the end zone, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Join the action at Arizona Stadium as Brent Brennan, Noah Fafita, Genesis Smith, and the rest of the Wildcats take on Year 2 in the Big 12 with...